Well, welcome everybody. My name is Dave Ives. We are honored that you've taken some time to be with us tonight. And tonight we are simply want to lay out an opportunity in front of you, and all being well, you should have had at least a brief conversation with somebody that may have just shared some enthusiasm about a wellness company called Zinzino and what's about to happen right now over the next month or so in the United Kingdom and in the Irish markets. Right now, your opportunity is to be part of something very significant. And we are in a pre-launch influencer phase. So tonight is very simply, we're not going to go into too great a detail, but enough information to enable you to get back and sit with the individual and let them elaborate a little bit deeper. But tonight is really to qualify you to see if this would be potentially a fit for you. And whether we are a fit for, if we are a fit for us, because Zinzino is all about inspiring change and having people change things in their life and getting back into balance. Now, I'm hoping, and if you have not done so, I would encourage you to watch a very short video after this presentation if you've not done that already. But if you have watched the video, then you're going to already know that the product that we're excited about is a real product. And what we've seen in the last 8 years has been a tremendous amount of real results. And we're going to share that with you shortly. So let me officially kick off this evening's influencer webinar. And the reason we say it's an influencer webinar is because, all being well, that you've been invited to this call as a guest of someone, because they consider you to be an entrepreneur, a business owner, someone who has influence in your community. Maybe you're a youth leader. Maybe you're a leader in the church. Maybe you're within your local authority, whether you're a corporate individual. Whatever your position is, that you have influence. What is influence? When you speak, others listen. And so right now, although we have an opportunity for everybody, this early phase is really about putting the right people in place with the right intentions, with the right ethics, mindset, alignment, and they see the magnitude of what's about to happen. Because the individual that's invited you to the call this evening is looking for only a handful of individuals to literally partner with in the next few months. Because making sure that these partners that they partner with are educated, are guided, and are really brought up to speed on what we're going to be doing. Now, we're not expecting anybody to relinquish anything that they are participating in right now. Their careers, their traditional businesses, other fields of endeavors, other business opportunities. This is something that you're going to be carving out time for to invest in. And that's why it's important for you to make sure that you know exactly the magnitude of what we're going to be presenting and what we're going to share with you, because what we're about to do here in the United Kingdom has never been done before. And what I truly believe, with my many years of experience with billion-dollar companies, no company has been better positioned or prepared to come into United Kingdom and Ireland with a purpose, with a program, and with proven success. And over the next few short months, we have a timeline of events supporting you with meetings and presentations, both online and offline, through this initial phase, so we can attract the right people. And if you decide to partner with the individual who's invited you onto the call, then know this: there is a process, there is a strategy, and there is a plan that we will show you, walk you through it, and actually equip you with the tools and resources so we can execute it. And this is important, together. This is definitely going to be a team approach. And so let me share with you a little about what we're going to be doing together, if you make that decision to do so. So before you actually even consider even thinking about engaging with any opportunity, I've come to the conclusion, after over a decade of being in this industry, is that I, in previous endeavors, should have done a little bit more due diligence on who I was potentially going to partner with. And that's exactly what I did May of 2019. Zinzino, a publicly traded company, totally transparent, actually trades on the Northern European Stock Exchange. So you can see their details, their revenues, their investments, totally transparent. A company that's already been around 15 years, but over the last few short years has commenced expanding around the world. Presently, in the markets that they are operating in, which is in excess of 30 countries, there's already a market potential of 1 billion people. And when you start to understand and comprehend what the product offering is to those individuals, when 95% of that market presently requires what we have, then that is a huge potential. But that's not where we're stopping. This year alone in 2020, we will be operating in an additional 10 markets: UK, India, Russia, Malaysia, other Asian markets, South Africa. These are just to name a few. That will take our tally in excess of 40 international countries that we are operating as an ongoing concern. And because of the success they've already to date achieved, we have a very strong double-digit sales growth. And that's put us in a very strong financial foundational position. It's a very cash-rich company. And so this is the opportunity. Zinzino started 15 years ago primarily as a coffee company. For the first 8 years, only traded within the Scandic markets. And then due to ill health of the founder, we came across the balanced oil product. The results of that product on the founder were so dramatic that the company started to invest in this balanced oil product to the degree they could not deny the results that they were experiencing, that they bought the company. And so the growth that the company has experienced has been astronomical. What they've done in the short period of time in its handful of markets has been beyond impressive. But more impressive than the sales is its foundation: customer care, logistics, IT, delivery. And now they are in the position to expand globally. They have actually done it the opposite to what many companies do in this market sector, and that is have a success in one country and then go share that story of success in another country to open with no foundation in place, not being able to handle the volume that could potentially come their way. It's a story with no substance. Well, Zinzino actually chose to do it the other way. That was to prove their product, to prove their model, gather hundreds of thousands of customers to show the world what's possible. And so when they come to a market, they'll be coming with a proven success history. So what is Zinzino all about? Well, Zinzino for the last 8 years has been all about helping customers get back into balance. And through their product offering, their best-selling product is a balanced oil blend of omegas and antioxidants. The question I asked myself, and you may ask yourself, is, well, what's new about omegas, antioxidants? Well, unbeknown to me last May, I didn't understand that over 50% of the global's nutritional supplements that are bought are omega-3s. And yet the people who are consuming those products are consuming them not having any idea scientifically, proof-wise, whether what they are consuming actually works. And so what was unique about our founder 8 years ago is that along with the balanced oil blend, he was given an independent test, a blood test that could show where he was starting from a health perspective. And then in 120 days later, could take a second test to prove the product worked. And the benefits of this product are phenomenal. These are not our health claims. These are claims by the European Food Safety Association and the FDA that state over 145 medical conditions are enhanced when we are in the right level of our essential fatty acids. So why is that important? And so let me give you a brief reason why you should get excited. Because when I was approached about Zinzino 3 years ago, my naivety responded to the individual who would buy oil, not knowing that omega-3s are the essential building block for every living cell in our bodies. It doesn't matter if it's the woman carrying a child, to the gentleman in his latter years, to the youth on the street. We've got over 100 trillion cells that are continually being renewed, and the membrane around every one of those cells is dependent on omega-3. Well, what does that mean as an opportunity? Well, the reality is today, people are educated, they have access to information, they have access to science and nutrition, and yet today we are the most unhealthiest we've ever been in mankind's history. And during that last 8 years, through our results, we have shown and proven that 95% of the population are out of balance when it comes to their essential fatty acids. In layman's terms, we are consuming too many omega-3s, which are very inflammatory. Through our ultra-processed diets, our fast foods, our modern-day choices, through the food conglomerates of the world that provide several brandings, and we think we've got choice, but they're being controlled by a handful of organizations. And through that processed modern-day diet, we are consuming way too many omega-6s. And because our bodies do not produce omega-3, we must consume it also. But within that diet, we are not consuming enough to counteract the huge significant increase of omega-6s. And the bottom line, that has created a world of individuals who are walking around chronically inflamed. How do we know this? It's because over the last 8 years, we have now tested over 470,000 individuals. We have the largest database of omega-6-3 results on planet Earth. And as I sat here looking at the product, as I sat here and I was hearing about the ability to test, to prove, my skepticism rose because I didn't understand that the laboratory that was used was independent to the producer of the oil. IVES is an independent laboratory based out of Oslo, commenced their sort of working career around 25 years ago out of the University of Oslo. And so this test simply does two things. It measures the balance between our 6s and our 3s, our omegas, at that point. So you simply take a blood test. The test is of the blood at that moment in time. Now, before the test, only 5% of Europeans were in balance. Regardless if others had taken other supplementations, other omega products, even those taking omegas were still in the danger zone of being out of balance. But here was the amazing statistics. After the second test, after 120 days of being on the product, 95% of those who were on the product were back in balance. So as you open your mind and you start to contemplate what is the real opportunity, I want you to consider the proven success. As we start to build momentum on the ground right now, we are live right now in United Kingdom and Ireland, but we're not officially open. So we can build, we can gather customers, we can generate revenues, but the exciting opportunity is we are opening the United Kingdom and Irish markets with a company that is proven. Already to date, as I've touched on, nearly 500,000 people have been independently tested. And that has simply resulted in that we have the largest database of omega-6-3 results in the world. And more impressive, that's now related into reality terms to over 240,000 monthly subscriptions. Subscriptions being customers. And that has equated into millions of bottles of oil already being consumed. So as we look to the United Kingdom, as we look to the Irish market, this isn't a possibility. This isn't a trial. This isn't a maybe. As an entrepreneur, this is a true opportunity to recognize something that before it actually happens based on proven success that's already been established. And here's some of the reasons why you may want to choose Zinzino as an opportunity. The first thing I've noticed in my over a decade career is this is the first company I've been associated with that has real customers. Real customers. People that are not in the business, people that are only interested in buying the product, and you and I would only be interested in buying that product if the product worked. And if the product could be validated. Because up to this point, nutrition as a market, people consume daily from the high street, off the shelf, off of online. They consume based on marketing, glossy magazines, word of mouth. And if you actually ask some of these individuals who consume these nutritional products, is it working? Very few would be able to tell you categorically, yes, it does. Their response is, well, I'm feeling a lot better. Well, is that a placebo? Is that what they want to say because they know they're spending their hard-earned money into a product and the last thing they want to do is have it not actually work? But what if there was a real test that could validate scientifically that the product worked? And we have that. And so now, not only do we have happy customers, but we also have customers getting product for free. And the reason that's important for you to understand as a potential partner, as a potential entrepreneur, if you're going to build something for a period of time, you want to build something that you could create retention, something that can create repetitive purchases that you don't have to keep rebuilding like many people have done in this industry. Because when you've got a product that can be scientifically proven, and then a customer can refer for other people themselves as a customer to get their product for free, one, that's going to have a higher retention rate as an entrepreneur. And two, your customers are driving the business. Because we don't want everyone in the business. We only want the right people with the right mindset, with the right business acumen, who have dreams, desires, and aspirations to actually build something. Everybody else should just be a customer. And I say that because in other ventures, we very rarely had real customers. Everybody got in the business when majority of them should never have got in the business because they were only really customers. And because of our Z for Free program, we've now got over 30,000 people who are already getting their monthly subscriptions for free. And our product and our test that can validate the product comes with a money-back guarantee. So if a customer chooses to actually get tested, and it takes about 14 to 21 days to get their results, immediately after testing, they can start consuming a nutritional product. And 20 days later or so, they get a result and they are in balance. They happen to be part of the 5% of the population that are in balance, then they have a 100% money back guarantee. Nothing to lose. As an entrepreneur, imagine the confidence you now have as you approach people about their well-being and their health, that they can be part of something without risking anything. That got me very excited. The company has a culture unlike anything I've been privileged to experience before. As I said, they're already publicly traded. You can go now to zinzino.com, scroll down on the homepage to the bottom right-hand corner and look at their financial quarter reports for 2018, 2019, and you're going to see 30% plus growth year on year. There's very few, if any, I can mention right now, even the billion-dollar companies that have that growth. And the reason that growth is happening is fundamentally two reasons: the passion of our founders and a product that works. A leadership that is all about you can achieve whatever you want with this vehicle, and we'll encourage you, we'll support you, we'll provide you the tools, the resources to help you achieve your goals. And through that ethos, through that mindset, they've created such a family community that together we inspire one another. Together we want to live inspiring others to change their wellness. And in that process of seeing customers have absolute transformations, by sharing that message of wellness, generating a revenue for our families and the prosperity of our families, we can start to have fun, because that is vitally important. To have fun as you impact others, as you generate residual incomes, I don't think there's anything more honorable. And the company, through the simplicity of the test concept, because blood can't lie. In many network marketing companies, home-based businesses, it's generally the distributor, the entrepreneur who's a great salesperson, and many people wake up the next morning with buyer's remorse. But what if there was an independent test? And it's the test concept that is our unique calling. Now, we are one of the very first, if not the first, to have this aspect. I believe in the next 5-10 years, we're going to move from an environment where people just consume nutrition to test-based nutrition, where people want to know what they're taking, does it really work? So we will not be the only people in a test-based environment, but we can look back and say we were the first, and we set the presidency. We raised the bar of what consumers could have and take, consume, and prove, rather than just spending their money based on marketing. And through that culture, through that entrepreneurial culture, we reward the partners very lucratively through car programs. We build people up. We provide the mentoring and training. And through the modern technology that we have today, you can literally build a global business from apps on your mobile phone. I believe personally, we have a business for everyone, whether it be just customers who buy the product, to the entrepreneur who's never had their own business before, who's now making a paradigm shift from employed mindset to entrepreneurial mindset. And what I loved and what was really refreshing with Zinzino was their thinking, new thinking, customer-focused programs. In this industry, there are hundreds and hundreds of new companies starting up every month. Throughout the world, this industry of home-based network marketing produces more global volume than major sports industries, film industries combined, and yet your neighbor think it's a small deal. Well, it's a small deal to your neighbor because your neighbor doesn't know anyone who's done it properly. They've heard of people that front load, stock the garage. They've heard about people selling overinflated priced products, but they haven't seen you be associated with someone who's a professional marketeer who puts the consumer first. So we have a product that has mass appeal. Everybody needs it. Why? We had that very brief scientific explanation. Every one of our 100 trillion cells needs omega-3. And because we can prove it, we can test everyone. And we can see who is in or out of balance. So understanding that when we come into United Kingdom officially, we are not starting at zero. We have a proven success. 470,000 already tested, just under 250,000 paying customers already. So that's the foundation. That's the groundwork's been done. So what's the vision? What can you be part of? Well, the company's goals are to hit 1 million customers by 2025. And the growth that we're experiencing right now looks like we potentially will knock 2 years off of that. And by 2023, have 1 million customers on a monthly subscription. That means we're going to grow nearly over 750,000 in the next 3 years. Took us 8 years to get to just under 250,000. And over the next 36 months, we're going to triple that. Now, as an entrepreneur, you want to position yourself in front of the growth. By 2035, the company want to hit 10 million customers. By 2050, 100 million customers. Now, that's Zinzino. But understand this, the global omega-3 market is already a $50 billion industry. It's already existing. And this year alone, that will grow by 6.7%. Another 42 million customers are going to start consuming omega-3 products, not even knowing if it works. Now tell me, do we not have an opportunity? And you have the opportunity to be one of the very first on the ground as we set this up in United Kingdom. And that leadership that we're creating in United Kingdom and Ireland will be expanding beyond our borders, back into Europe and across into the South African, Asian continents, and down under. And what you have the opportunity to liaise with now and partner with is a UK-based leadership that has experience in this industry, who have been looking for a customer-centric model for well over a decade, who know how to build infrastructures, who know how to teach the processes. But now we have a company, a product, and validation that we can market. We have a very lucrative payment plan. In fact, to date already, over 600 people have qualified for that car program through our marketing plan. And one of the things that was really attractive to me after many years of watching many people jump from company to company, sometimes no fault of their own. They were let down by a product. They were let down by corporate greed. They were let down for some reason or another. Or their willingness to use the program, instead of saying they weren't successful there, they'd rather leave and just blame everything themselves. But the reality is today, even though we produce more revenue in this industry than any other industry combined, most people don't know many people who succeed. And what I saw when I joined Zinzino myself was many of the top earners had never done this type of model before. They had no baggage. They had no preconceived ideas. They didn't start with any egos. They were coachable. But more importantly, many of the top leaders have been here for over a decade. Now that, as an entrepreneur myself, showed me longevity. And majority of people make money. It may only be 200-300 euros a month, but they're making money. 1,000 euros a month, 10,000, 50,000 euros a month. People in Zinzino make money. Why? The plan is simple. The message is simple. And the path to success is simple. If you are open and looking and coachable, then you will succeed here. And we're going to give you everything you need to start. We give you the branding. We give you the brochures. We give you the technology. We give you the getting started infrastructure. We show you the online and offline materials that you can use and educate yourself whilst learning and building. And as people come into your organization, we will coach them and teach them the very same thing. We have the blueprint for success. We have the tools and the resources already in place. So if you've never been in this industry before, you will embrace these and you will value these. If you've been in the industry before, the biggest obstacle for you is going to be to let go of everything you've ever done and know and start again. Too many people join companies and go, well, you know, in my old company, we used to do X, Y, Z. Well, the reality is you're not in your old company. So why say we did X, Y, Z? Because if it worked, you'd still be in your old company. So my encouragement to you as a professional network marketer who has been in $2 billion companies previously and a handful of others that just were not successful is humble yourself to the process. It's a very simple plan. It's a very simple message. And it's a very simple process to success. The timing is everything. There's billion-dollar companies I've been part of, and some of you may have heard of them, and you may have been part of them yourself, but you were not the reason it became a billion-dollar company. You were already involved when it already gone billion. You were caught up in their momentum. Well, this is your opportunity to be the reason this company goes to a billion. Already got 250,000 customers thereabouts, going to go to 1 million in the next 36 months, 10 million in the next 13 years. We are now launching our global footprint and we're coming to United Kingdom. I truly do believe it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, but there's work to be done. There's sleeves to be rolled up, but it's a very simple plan. It's a very simple message. And it's a very simple process. We're strategically placed to open 20 new countries in the next 2 years. So can you see it for yourself? Right time, right place, right opportunity. But that means nothing unless it's perfect timing for you. So what do you do? If it is for you and you want to get started, you're going to select one of the enrollment packs and we're going to walk you through a getting started training and a fast track process to help you recuperate your investment. Now we have, I don't have time this evening to go into the models, our packs ourselves, but we have an entry level, we have a mid-level, and we have the ultimate on the right-hand side. All I will say to you is the ultimate is the largest investment, but it's the only one that comes with a full refund opportunity after 12 months. If in the 12 months, by the 12th month, with whoever you're working with, the team, the corporate staff, and whoever you build yourself, provided by the 12th month that you have 25 personal subscriptions of people that are on the product, not in the business, but on the product. 25. That is it. You're going to get your full investment back in month 13. Get back with the individual. They'll explain a little bit more about that incredible opportunity that I've never seen presented as a network marketing enrollment startup. So what do you do next? Simply contact the person that you invited, who invited you onto the call tonight. Let them know. 3 responses. No, thank you. We appreciate your time. I'd like to be a customer. I would like to try the product. My health is important to me and I want to get tested. They'll be happy to serve you as a customer. I see what's going to happen here. You've got my attention. I'm a very busy individual, but I want to know what the strategy is. I want to know how you can help me leverage my inefficient time that I've got, but this is too good to pass by. If that's you, then set up a strategy call with one of the upline UK leaders, and we'll start building a strategy. We'll be showing you the infrastructure, and showing you how you can use these online and offline webinars and events so you can start building your momentum into the United Kingdom and Irish launch. And the number one rule is don't keep this a secret. Talk to everyone. And to help you to do that, we've actually gone out and scheduled the next 3-4 months, online and offline events. So we'll show you how to invite people who may just be looking as a customer. We'll show you the wording, the scripts, what to say to help people be attracted to the opportunity. All I would encourage you to do is be open to using the material. Why? Because it's not what works, it's what duplicates. Use your credibility, use your influence, but use our tools and resources and let us equip you. Let us empower you, and let us, most importantly, educate you on why we do things a certain way, not because it's just for you. We want to teach you how to set up a foundation and a structure that will duplicate in your absence, because we don't only want to bring you a business opportunity, we want to bring you the opportunity to create a revenue stream in your absence that creates lifestyle. And so on March the 15th, if you are considering being a partner, that is still a number of weeks away. One, you need to go register at that link there. Let the person know that you want to be attending. You may be in Scotland. You could be in Newcastle. You may be in Manchester. You may be anywhere around the United Kingdom and Ireland right now. But if you're serious, there's only one place to be, Sunday the 15th, and that is in London. We'll have the UK sales director. We'll have one of the top European leaders that will be sharing. We'll have some leadership from on the ground here in the United Kingdom, and it will be a day of training. It'll be a day of guiding and equipping you on what to do. This will not be a customer training. This will be showing you how to build your business, how to structure your business, what to say, how to say it, because we got to get the people that are in the business aligned and duplicating the simplicity. And it's in a free event. So if you're considering right now, there is no reason why you don't get started and bring 10 partners with you. We're doing these calls every day. We're doing online presentations every day. And we've got recordings that you can share with, even if people can't get on an evening presentation. So get back with the individual, ask them for this link, and get your free ticket and set yourself a goal. Get your ticket purchased, and I say purchased, registered, because it's free, and get 5 guest tickets. And let the person who brought you onto the call show you how to start sharing this opportunity and set a goal to bring at least 5 with you, because that's what's going to happen over the next few short months. When we launch officially, our launch event will have between 500 and 1,000 people attending, and you can have the majority of people in your business. Thank you for joining me this evening. My name is Dave Ives. Hopefully I've given you a brief overview, enough to get back to the individual to say, okay, I've got some questions. I need some answers. But what I saw got me excited. For once, a real company. A company that has a motto, inspire change in life. A company that has a real product. A product that can be tested. And most importantly, is affordable for the customer. So with your help, with your vision, partnering with the individual who invited you onto the call, we have a genuine opportunity of getting back into balance and helping the UK regain its health. My name is Dave Ives. I look forward to seeing you at our upcoming event. And if by any need or requirement, please get back with the individual, and I'll be more than happy to speak to you personally, get my number from them, and we can arrange a 3-way conversation. Enjoy the remainder of your evening, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Good night, everybody.